On the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you innovated on? We worked on improving and innovating on every area of the game. It always comes back to gameplay. Gameplay is king. But I could go on and on. Things like third person, things like where we've innovated in the space of Battle Royale. We've got an all-new mode in DMZ that has large player counts along with massive player counts of AI. And it goes on and on and on. We've got mobile connected with progression and everything else across all of the games. And it just goes on and on. But you know what? It all comes back to one thing. It comes back to fun. Everything we do is in the service of fun. Whether you're a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you play it, be it on console or PC or mobile, however you play, whether you're a camper or a slayer, we've tried to think about fun for you. We've tried to think about fun for you.
We've tried to think about fun for you.
All right, what's going on, YouTube? We are back in it for another one. And when you watch that clip, what kind of vibes do you get? It kind of feels like we're in store for a good game, doesn't it? They're using words like improving everything, innovation. They really know how to hype up shit, don't they? But did you notice when they briefly mentioned third person, he didn't mention it like it was some arbitrary game mode or something like that. They mentioned it like it was going to be a staple in this game. It's like, oh, we're doing all this innovation and we got third person mode now in Call of Duty. If you guys remember back when we first got this reveal event from the clip that I just showed you, and they were talking about third person, they were talking about raids and stuff like that. And I made a couple of videos and I talked about that, man. I was like, it just seems like they're not focused on what made Call of Duty in the first place. They're focused on everything else. They're trying to bring in all these other potential customers instead of focusing on the ones that are already here who made them rich. As you guys know, I wasn't a fan of the third person mode. I tried it. I was requested to try it. And so because people wanted to see me try it out, I think I uploaded like 2 videos. I did one in the beta. I know I played like 2 or 3 games in the beta. I know I uploaded one of those gameplays, and then I'm pretty sure I uploaded one more after that, but I could be wrong on that. Don't completely quote me on that. I might be wrong. But in one of those videos, I remember mentioning, I'm not really a third person guy. I'm more of a first person shooter guy. Call of Duty is first person. When I play Call of Duty, I want to play a fast paced arcadey first person shooter, but it's nice to have this game mode here in case I ever have like a few ranks left on the battle pass or something like that. And I just want to clean it up and I don't feel like sweat my ass off in pro MLG tournaments and regular pubs. But the game mode was here. Cool for anybody who enjoys that. I know I have a couple of subscribers who really enjoy third person games and they were absolutely loving that mode. And I was happy for them. I'm cool with them wanting to add anything to Call of Duty, anything to these games, as long as it doesn't take away from the core gameplay experience. As long as it doesn't dip into the content that everybody else is used to, man. You go and you pay your money. This is what you're used to. This is what you're expecting in a Call of Duty game. As long as it doesn't take away from that, add all the bullshit that you want, man. It's cool. I'll just ignore it, right? Like, I get shit on for saying that Black Ops 3 Zombies is the pinnacle of zombies. Even though I love World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 Zombies, I love all those zombies. They're great. But I think Black Ops 3 was the pinnacle, and I get hated on that because of the gobblegums. And I'm like, I don't understand what your beef is. I chose not to use gobblegums in that game. That's why I don't understand people. Like, I'm just looking at the maps, the Easter eggs that we got with them, the wonder weapons that we got in that game, like all of it top tier in Black Ops 3 Zombies, in my opinion. Again, loved the Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, and World at War Zombies. And, I kind of enjoyed Black Ops 4 and Cold War. Like, they were solid zombies, but not as great as the ones that we had from Black Ops 3 and before that. But, I just chose not to use the gobblegum, right? It's like the same kind of principle, So over here, if we had, a good quality based Call of Duty game, that's cool, man. It's like, add all the modes you want as long as it doesn't take away from the rest of us. And now with this game in the state that it's in, as dry as it is, they go and they remove third person as well too, right? So that was something that was attached to multiplayer. It's not Call of Duty multiplayer, but it was attached to multiplayer, more so than it was for Warzone or DMZ or any of the free modes, the only modes that they seem to care about. and they go and they remove that from the game. It seems like every video I'm making lately is the exact same. And I don't want to turn into a YouTuber like that, man. It's like there's a few out there, I'm sure you're probably picturing a couple right now, where they could start their video about any topic, and for at least half or 3/4 of that video, it'll be them ranting about like skill-based matchmaking or something, right? I don't want my channel to turn into that. But right now, it's facts, man. They don't give a shit about multiplayer. They only care about Warzone, DMZ, and fucking Resurgence. That's it. That's their priorities with this game. That's their agenda with this game. They don't give a hot shit about multiplayer. And it seems like that's the only thing really to talk about with this game right now, is that there's nothing really to talk about. If I felt like this game mode, third person, was taken away from multiplayer, if I thought it was ruining multiplayer like Warzone is, in my opinion, I feel like ever since Warzone has been integrated into Call of Duty, multiplayer has been suffering because of it. So if third person was doing that, I would not be making this video. But even if I really don't care about something, even if something is not for me, right? But I got subscribers that care about it. I got subscribers that have invested time into it or whatever. If they enjoy it and it's some bullshit, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to call that shit out. After all this craziness went on with that bundle and the fact that they won't even acknowledge it, like I said in a previous video, they don't even have to remove it. All they got to do is just swap around the colors, man, and we'll deal with it at that point. They won't even acknowledge it. At this point, I don't even care, man. If it's some bullshit, if they're fucking over consumers in some way, shape, or form, we're going to make, as long as I'm in this scene for now, until I figure out what I'm going to do, we're going to make a video and we're going to call that shit out. Right now, them removing third person is complete bullshit. I meant to talk about this in my last few videos. I didn't mean to actually make like a whole video about it, but I meant to talk about it in the last couple, and I just forgot, man. It's my bad. I've been getting asked to talk about it in a video, and as just you guys know, I haven't been playing Modern Warfare Deuce at all. Ever since that bundle shit went down, I haven't touched the game, except to make that video. And before that, I was barely playing it, as you guys know, because I'm bored as fuck with the game, man. I'm literally making commentaries yawning at the beginning of the commentary, man, because the game is just, it's so fucking boring, man. It's a goddamn snooze fest over there in Modern Warfare Deuce. So for me, I didn't even notice that the game mode was removed. I only found out because I had a bunch of people telling me that it was removed, and I had some people asking me to make a video and talk about it, man, because it's some bullshit. And I agree, it's some straight bullshit. They never advertised third person mode as being this just like temporary limited time mode or anything like that. Like they talked about it, how like it was supposed to be a staple in the game. Here you go. We got third person in Call of Duty now. We're going to hype it up on the socials. We're going to hype it up and drop it in the beta. You remember how much they hyped up third person back in the beta? They were on the socials like they are now about DMZ, Warzone, and Resurgence. Like they were talking about it constantly. Every time I sign on to Twitter, I seen them dropping another post about third person mode in the beta. Like they kept talking, like they were so proud of it, right? And a couple of months later, after launch, they go ahead and they remove it from the game. Like, why? This game is starving for so much content. Why remove the motherfucker? Dude, this game is just, it's incredible to me. Right? They talk about all the developers they had for the game. They talk about all this shit, all these resources, all this innovation, all these improvements and all this shit, right? They had 3 years to work on this game, and I feel like we got the littlest amount of content with this game. And it seems like it's only getting worse. And it is, because they're actually removing game modes from multiplayer, but adding shit to Warzone and DMZ. And now we're getting Resurgence. And let's not forget, we're still missing a map that we had in the beta that apparently we're getting in Season 2 now. I swear to God, man. If they give us the museum map as one of our 2 maps for an entire season, yo, that's going to be my video where, oh, that's going to be auto demonetized. We already know. I'm getting videos demonetized immediately now when I'm following YouTube's guidelines, and YouTube will correct it and remonetize it later on after it's already gotten its rush of views and everything else, right? I'm getting videos demonetized now that are actually okay. YouTube will manually check them and deem them fit for ads. They're safe for ads, but they're getting demonetized immediately. That video, oh, there's no chance of it being reviewed and corrected and saved for ads or none of that shit. It's if I make that video, if that time comes and I make that video is literally just, that is the definition of a video just for you guys, man, because it's not going to be recommended to a lot of people. You know, we're probably going to go off in that video, man. You go ahead and you give us a map that's supposed to be in the base game, and we had it in the beta for a day or two or whatever the hell it was, and then you remove it from the fucking game, and you give us that map later back, and it's supposed to be quote unquote new content to last us an entire 3-month season. We get one map at launch and then one map later on halfway through. If that is one of the maps, dude, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna go off, man. We need at least 3 to 4 maps. If they're gonna give us Museum as one of them for a season, we need at least more than 2 maps, dude. Like, just, it's laughable, the content in this game, the lack of content in this game, the lack of care from Activision and Infinity Ward, man. It's like, what the fuck is Infinity Ward doing? Like I said in my video yesterday, man, we found out recently that they're not working on Resurgence. So what the fuck are they doing? Why is there such a lack of content when clearly Infinity Ward's got the time? Like, they got the people there, they got the resources. What the fuck is going on with this game, man? And then now, instead of getting more content, they're removing shit, dude. They removed Museum, possibly giving us back as quote-unquote new content later on in the season. They're removing game modes that people genuinely liked, but they're giving everything to Warzone, Resurgence, and fucking DMZ, man. It's just, you can't make this shit up, people. But that's it. That's all I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.